Now, let's talk about welding two objects together. Now, first of all, the welding command lies under the steel menu. Over here, if you come to the right, there are two commands. One is for the weld and one is for the fixed weld. We'll talk about the weld at the moment. Now, the weld command does not work by selecting two objects. So, for example, here is a tapered member. Let me turn off the handles. So here's a tapered member, and we want to, let's say, put a weld along this line over there. So you might intuitively think that you select this one, and then it creates a weld. But in COMOSYS, it's slightly different. Instead of choosing two IDs, you choose an edge and an ID. So the first thing you choose is the edge along which you have the weld, and then you choose the other ID. So if I go to my weld command like that, the first thing it asks me is an edge. So it's asking for, this is the edge I want to choose over here. So if I just choose the edge, that edge is chosen. As you can see, that particular edge is chosen. And then I can select this element, this plate over here. And when I do that, then immediately a weld is created at that point between the two until basically the end, wherever the elements have a common touching point. Now, if I were to double click on this weld, you can see that I can enter the size. This is the side which I have chosen. So if I make it 5 millimeters, apply like that, I'm going to make the weld bigger. I can change it to the other groove welds. So there are many types of groove welds. Of course, the most commonly used is the fillet weld. So I'll just stick to that at the moment. So 5 millimeter fillet weld at the moment. And then another important parameter over here is what you see over here, the weld type, which says edge. Now, what edge means is that you only weld along the edge which I chose. So I chose this edge, if you remember. So if I choose edge over here, it means that COMOSYS will only do the welding along that edge. But if I were to open this combo box over here and say front and back, at the moment with the edge option selected, you can see that the above line parameters are active, but the below line parameters I cannot change. They are inactive, they're grayed out. But that's only because I have chosen the weld type to be edge. So if I were to choose front and back, then the other side also gets activated. And I can say 5 millimeters on the back side as well and do a fillet weld on both sides. So 5 millimeters on the side which I chose and 5 millimeters on the back side as well. And if I say apply, let me turn it off. Let me right click, select center of interest over here. So you can see that the weld is now on both sides of that plate. This is the chosen edge and the other one is the back side. So this is the back side means the below line variables, and the chosen side is the above line variable. So these parameters will be applicable for the chosen edge, and these will be applicable for the back side. Now, the third option which we have is all around. And in all around also, this below line gets deactivated, just like the edge option. But then the above line parameters are used to do, if I say okay, they're used to do a weld all around from all sides. So you got three different ways of doing it. One is just the edge, which is like that. One is front and back, this is like that. And then the other one is all around, which is basically makes it go all the way around. You can choose whether the operation is done at the workshop or at the site. Normally welds will be done at the workshop and bolts will be done at the site, but you can reverse that depending on your situation. So by default, it will come as workshop. You can choose the material, which is the material of the electrode for the weld. Any other important parameter? Not really. The most commonly used parameters are these above line, below line parameters, whether the weld type is all around or edge or front and back, and the operation location, whether you want the weld to be done in the workshop or at the site.